Shalom Akim Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Dub honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of great mystery and real world, the Akim. Try the four corners of the earth, preaching the gospel from my Shai, sincerity and truth and diligence of mind. This but I'm Nash DC Camp. Yeah, it's a lot of folks, man. They've been worried about the so-called economic collapse in Babylon. And they're concerned about their well-being. All right, so as a man of the Lord, you shouldn't be worried about all those things because the Lord is in charge. The Lord is already engraving you in the palm of His hand, so you shouldn't be confused in these last days. All right, your mind should be settled upon the promises that the Lord specified to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, concerning the latter days of our people. Even what Lord Yahweh Shai told his disciples, all right, that is going to give us peace, all right. And a lot of people are so upset, they're so nervous, they're panic buying, they're buying stuff based out of fear, and that's not the way the man of the Lord have to operate. You move by faith, you don't move by fear, all right, of this world. Let the Lord Yahweh Shai guide you with His Holy Spirit. And that's what we try to tell our people. All right, you have to focus on the spirit of Hamashiach Yahushua. You shouldn't be worried about the cares of the flesh, because the flesh is always going to think about surviving. And you just see what people do during terrible times to survive. All right, they put their integrity to the side and they go with the flow of society, and then they can't dig themselves out of it anymore. All right? That's why it's important to stay spiritual in these last days and to hold on to the promises of Hamashiach Yahushua, right? Because it's going to get ugly. All right. So I'm going to start from Psalms chapter 64, verse 1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. And that's what we say every day to the Lord. When we wake up, when on the plantation, just say a quick prayer, alright? And that's what it boils down to. Hawashai, save us, save me, alright? Because in these last days, you're going to need you're going to be praying a lot. Yep. Because you're going to need it, man. You're going to need the protection of the Most High in these last days to be able to withstand the wiles of the devil, the wiles of the enemy. Right? Verse 2 says, hide me from the sacred counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So whatever these elites got planned, always remember that the Lord Shai has you covered. All right, you will not lose your faith and integrity in these last days. That's what it boils down to. All right, you might lose your life, but you will not lose your faith and integrity. That's what it boils down to. That's what really the Most High is concerned about: your integrity and your faith. All right, that's all it is. That's what really counts. Your obedience unto the end. Yeah, because you don't want to fold. Well, when you put under pressure, okay, and you don't want to go along with the 2/3 and the heathen to be acting in that mindset that oh man, I gotta survive. That's not the way to think. Okay, so another precept will be from the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10. All right, it's that simple. You have to trust in the Lord. All right, you have to trust in the Lord in these last days heavily. All right, because your faith has to be really, really boosted up. All right, for you to walk through the valley of the shadow of death. All right, so Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10. I'm going to read verse 9 and 10. It says, but wisdom delivered from pain those that attend upon her. And that's the life of the elect. They're always going to be delivered from embarrassments, all right, in these last days, man, concerning the gospel, because they'll always come up on top. And that's what it boils down to. You don't have to give in to the doctrine of this world, because the wisdom of the Lord is going to prove you to be in high regard, all right? And the Lord is not going to take an L when it comes to his prophecy. So you have to understand that clearly. All right. And then it says in verse 10, when the righteous fled from his brother's wrath, she guided him in the right paths, shewed him the kingdom of the Most High, and gave him knowledge of holy things, made him rich in his travels, and multiplied the fruit of his labors. And that's what our forefather Jacob, what he had to experience, because he had faith in the Lord. All right? Because when you read from the book of Genesis, it tells you that, man. It tells you, about the vision that our forefather Jacob had, and the promise he made to the Lord. All right? And that's a beautiful thing, and how to build an altar. All right, so just remember, man, that the Lord Shai has his eyes upon you, and you just have to hold on. You just have to walk that straight and narrow path. All right, because it's not easy, dealing with difficult times. Just like, Abraham had to leave Ur of the Chaldees and venture out into a faraway land to start up new roots. You just have to go by faith, all right? And then read from the book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 10. All right, it tells you that the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashima Shaba Shema Kwakadash is a strong tower, or a fortress, all right? And it's also a watching post, okay? The righteous runneth into it and is safe, and that's what it boils down to, okay? And just imagine, man, when the angels are watching over you day in, day out, making sure that you're taken care of. That's something that your money can't buy. That's a blessing, that you that you want to hold on to so much, man. Because with the way the world is going, you're gonna need divine intervention from the Lord to guide you and watch over you, man, to watch over your family. Because the world is an evil place, and you have to have the Lord, giving his angels charge to keep you in all your ways. Yeah, because that hedge, that spiritual hedge, that spiritual fortress, that spiritual tower is really, really necessary for you to hold on to. All right? And you see the difference. You're going to see the clear difference in these coming months as all hell begins to break loose, because a lot of folks take the promise of the Lord for granted, and they're gonna they're gonna wish they had hold on, because it's something that you need to really, really consider when you're serving the Lord. The promises he made to the prophets, it's something you really, really have to consider, how the Most High brought them through difficult times, and they were vindicated. Though they were executed, they still were vindicated in the end when the Lord Yahweh spoke about them. All right, and that's what it boils down to, man. Don't worry about your life, just hold on. Okay, just have to maintain your integrity and your faith in the Lord. All right, because the Lord is going to raise you up in the last days. All right, you're going to be up there in the chariots. All right, seeing the downfall of your enemies upon the face of the earth. All right, and then from the book of Psalms chapter 91 verses 3 and 4. These are all simple precepts, but they carry a lot of weight. All right, that's the reason why you have to focus on the promises, man, and to continue in them. All right, Psalms chapter 91, verse 3 says, "Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler." All right, the traps this has always been setting through his legislation and his executive orders and mandates. And, every little scheme he's always had, man, to keep our people tied down and oppressed so that he could come up above us. But the Lord Bashima Shai is basically going to snatch us out of the jaws of destruction. All right. And from the noisome pestilence. So when all hell's breaking loose, World War III is on the verge of destroying America totally, man, you will be delivered. And that's what it boils down to. You need to hold on. All right. Because these Edomites, man, they're always scheming and scheming and scheming and scheming and scheming. You see Jake, decades later, they're filing suits because of discrimination. They're filing suits because of the communities being polluted by Esau's, companies. They've polluted the water, they've polluted the air, they've polluted the environment. So just imagine, when you deliver from all that wickedness at its highest point, all right? And then verse 4 says, "He shall cover thee with his feathers," or that's the angels, all right? They're going to get us out of here. And, even in your daily goings and comings, the angels are right there with you, okay? "And under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler." And that's what's really necessary for the elect. Because when you preach this word, it shows that you trust in the Lord and you're willing to abide by his ways. All right? And you're able to share your testimony with others of how the Lord delivered you from all these crazy circumstances in Babylon. People just bugging out, they don't know what to do. They're thinking that voting and protesting will bring them out of it, but that's not the way. All right. And then verse 5 says, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day." All right, and that's what it takes. That's what it takes, man. Faith in the Lord, and you're not gonna be moved by the scary situations that's coming upon the face of the earth. And then final precept will be from Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Just little precepts here and there to keep your mind sharp and focused on what the Lord has in store for you. So Jeremiah 30:7 says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And that's what it's all about, man. You have to go through this tribulation, having faith and integrity in the Lord, Shai, and he's going to deliver you. When you read Psalms chapter 110 and 3, it tells you clearly, it says that thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness, from the womb of the morning thou hast dew of thy youth. And that's what it takes, man. You just have to hold on to what the Lord has already put before you. All right, and it's going to be excellent, man, when you see your deliverance and then, you get delivered. And it's that simple, man. So you don't have to worry about your passports and running from city to city to escape, the drama that's coming. You just have to let the Spirit of the Lord guide you on how you need to be. All right, even the Lord always talked about, he that's on the housetop shouldn't bother coming down. He's in the field, shouldn't bother returning and all that stuff. So just let the Lord, do what he's gonna do, and just have faith. Just gotta trust. All right, don't think no thoughts about how you're gonna do this or how you're gonna do that. Just pray to the Lord, and it's gonna guide you. So that was the point that I came. Hope you've been edified. I pray the Lord how much I will continue to strengthen you and build up your faith and integrity. Shalom.